My name is Paul McCann. I'm the Managing Director of McCann Consulting International.
And I'm John Hibbard, and I'm the Managing Director of Hibbard Consulting.
Well, I think buoyant.
Yes, and I think optimistic is a good way to describe it. There's so much enthusiasm, so I think that's another word. I think they probably reflect the very positive condition of the industry.
I think the enthusiasm is going to stay with us, and I think there's going to be a growing awareness of the importance of submarine cables.
I think that one of the big game changers is the emergence of the OTTs, the Amazons, the Googles, the Facebooks, those parties in starting to become such a dominant players in the industry that they will change a lot of the thinking that has traditionally been associated with the carriers being the principal participants in the submarine cable industry.
For me, I think the next game, the biggest issue that we face for the future will be the competition for the utilisation of the ocean floors between the many conflicting demands. Everybody's realising how important it is, and everybody's realising how important the future will be for such systems.
Well, I think the challenges are still there that have always been there, and that is getting the business case together. However, in this case, it'll be a matter of finding a marriage between the OTTs with their significant role and the carriers, and whether those two can work together or whether they are working in opposition will be a very significant factor in determining whether you can justify a submarine cable.
And I think it'll be gaining access to enough bandwidth fast enough in order, and the sustainability of the cable systems of the past versus the sustainability of the systems of the future. So I think it'll be the consolidation will be of some form will be required.
I think one of the things that will be significantly changing is the focus on what I would call feeder networks. You will have the major cables across the oceans where as I say, the Googles, the Facebooks, the Amazons and similar will be very big players, but you've got to get to the point of interconnection in the various countries where the major data centres are, and therefore there'll be an increasing focus on the submarine cables that are feed into that from the smaller points around the globe, from small islands to smaller nations, all feeding to these major central points. I think that will change the way that the industry and the suppliers have to address a market.
And I think aligned with that will be the recognition of the need for diversity and security to ensure that the data that each one of these feeders need to carry is carried to those points securely. I think there's going to be significant competition for the utilisation of the ocean floors, but I think you'll also, some of the bottlenecks may be the ability of the governments to recognise the critical nature of the cable systems and to put in adequate protection mechanisms for those cables.
And I think that as part of the feeder networks, the ability to justify and build business cases to support the provisioning of such feeder networks, I think will be an interesting battle, especially if they're looking for duplication and diversity. Getting second cables will again be hard, and these links will become increasingly important. But again, I think there'll be an ongoing challenge in trying to build a business case to sustain them.
I don't think it will be a challenge. All my career, which is a lot longer than it is left, people have always loved submarine cables, and the submarine cable industry has always held a lot of intrigue for people, and it attracts people from all over. You look at this conference at this stage and you'll see that there's an ever-growing interest in submarine cables.
And of course, we look at the people that are here, and there's quite a lot of youth here, and they will start taking increasing roles as those who have been in the industry for a long while take over. The fact that a lot of the OTTs do attract the youth, therefore it's attractive for people to be in that industry. I think there's no difficulty in the future of getting plenty of people involved with the industry.
And with mentors like us, why wouldn't it attract people into the industry?
Subnets has really become one of the major conferences of the year. There are probably two significant submarine cable conferences in the year, PTC in January and Subnets in September. And that's the one that everyone attends to. And we look how well it's been done over the years from, this is my 11th or 12th, Subnets. And over the years from when we had less than 70 people coming to now 500, it's just testament to how good the job has been done. And I have to say that part of the reason the job's done so well, Terrapin has really put a good team together. They've had a continuous continuity in the team, particularly with Hazel and Rebecca. They are really done a marvellous job, and they're supported by a very good advisory group, but they have been the inspiration for all of us. And so I think we can only say that it's just going from strength to strength, and now is an absolutely must-attend event.
Yeah, for the submarine cable industry, I agree. There's two main events a year, and this is one of those events. I think the focus and the topic sets that are chosen really help everybody understand the important aspects of the industry, and it raises in a timely manner many of those to our attention, and allows the industry experts to come together in the same place very efficiently and effectively to discuss and progress those matters.